Live? What's up, everybody?
Que pasa, Mufasa?
Welcome to the new night and new time of the breakdown pair. I promise we'll start at 6:30 next time.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm wearing a
We're at
motive
least
shirt.
close. This is reasonably close. Somewhat, kind of, maybe.
We were messing around before this, so got kind of sidetracked. Sorry about that.
Oh, balls. TV needs to come out. It's not centered. It's damaging my calm.
There you go. While he's doing that, I can tell you, check out our Facebook pages. If you didn't see that today, we started our new thing that we did this week called the Cool Pick of the
That
Week.
looks awful.
So,
All of this looks awful.
got a Spectre drill the other day. I'm excited to try it out tonight at Global. Just thought I'd share. Awesome. Hope you like it. I know Luke likes his Spectre.
Yep.
Richard, doing good, man. How about you? Excited to start a new night, new time on the breakdown pair. Beer looks good. It tastes just as good as it looks. How about that? While he's fixing everything, I'll just sit here and chat with you for a minute.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Good evening, gentlemen. CJ, good evening. Hopefully we're able to get some more people that's able to watch live on a Wednesday evening. Only problem we worry about a little bit is, of course, people might bowl league. So, but if you're bowling league, Jason Nelson, yeah. If you're bowling league, you can always turn it on your phone and watch us. Of course, you can always go back too. So. But yeah,
Right.
check out our Facebook pages. Luke and I are on our socials. We started a new thing this week called the Cool Pick of the Week, where we will be featuring a different design off the Cool Wick website each week. So it's kind of a cool idea that we came up with to do something a little different. So a little more on the TV, Luke. Somebody said.
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's just not quite even. It's damaging my calm.
He needs more beer.
Yeah.
Doing
I
good.
think
Finally,
Jonathan needs to move this way a little bit.
I can move that way.
Yeah.
More?
Yep.
Less? Okay.
Moar.
There we are. Doing good. Finally find my dates for Nationals July 2nd, 3rd. Sweet, Richard. Good luck, man.
All
Good
right.
luck and good bowling. All right, let's have some fun. Hell, get out the scotch. Yeah.
Trevor did, if we run out of this stuff, Trevor did give me some Bushmills.
Oh.
So,
I'm sure we could run out of it.
yeah.
Is the Fatal Venom good for dry lanes? Yes.
Is the Fatal Venom good for any lanes?
I liked it, but I'm one of the only ones in America that actually liked it. But I say that, but I never threw it. But I didn't mind it too much. Jonathan, you see the recoil is off the chart. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's been discontinued for a while.
But I have a blank at home, so we're okay. Nova getting drilled tonight. Looking forward to it. Hopefully get a couple games. I tell you what, Rocky, the Nova looks really, really, really good.
Yeah, I like that one. I haven't thrown it a whole lot, but I was iffy on it in the review, but then as it's gotten kind of some shine on it, and that's kind of the universal thing, is it's kind of slow out of the box,
Yeah.
but then once you get some shine on it, then it kind of wakes up a little bit. And
It's kind of like,
Casey Murphy shot 868 with it.
gee, oh, I did see that. It's kind of like the power torque. I've heard that ball just gets better and better and better.
Yeah,
the more
the
you
more
break that
use
cover
it,
in.
'cause, yeah, it's just kind of slow and lazy
Yeah.
at first, and then you bowl with it, and you get the cover broken in, and then all of a sudden it's a freaking monster.
Mine is starting to look better and better and better. I'm confusing people by wearing motive jersey tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those that don't know, I'm wearing a motive jersey because it is a Cool Wick jersey. I'm on staff with Cool Wick. I haven't got my new stuff yet. I am no longer with Motive. I chose to leave at the beginning of the year. So.
Oh. What's the closest thing to a Trend 2 but like 3 or 4 feet longer? The Trend 2 is already 3 or 4 feet longer.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick on the back end, though. I think something like the Spectre would be the High Road Pearl might be something to look into.
It's one I've never thrown.
That's a pretty big step down, though. The thing about the Spectre would be that it's not quite High Road long and strong, but it's got a weaker cover than the Trend 2 does. It's got kind of the same. It's got very similar core numbers. But Phase 4 review is coming on Friday. I know that literally everyone else has been putting their videos out. Not supposed to be a thing. See, here's the thing. They announce stuff so that they can get the word out, so that distributors and pro shops and whatever else can have an idea. They can gauge kind of the public buzz and see how many units they want to order.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing. It's nice to have a brand new ball, but if nobody can go to a shop and buy it, that sucks.
Right.
So they announce the stuff, they put the videos out, and then they spend a couple weeks gauging kind of public interest, and so that everybody can, distributors can get their orders in, pro shops can get their orders in, whatever else, but they don't really want to push it because it's still like a month. They normally announce stuff about 5 weeks ahead of time. But they don't really want to start. I mean, it's 5 weeks ahead of time. You don't really want to start pushing that stuff or promoting it.
Yeah.
And so they like to keep us to, they feel that 3 weeks before release date's about the right time to start promoting it so people can, to get some videos out there and whatever else so that people can kind of make up their mind and, spend a couple weeks saving up. But we also have stuff that's still available right now to promote. So it is a tricky thing because as soon as they announce something, then that's all everybody wants to talk about. But there's no reason to go hot and heavy promoting it when we've still got. I mean, the Spectre and the Nova just came out last Friday, and the Spectre is something that, the Spectre, I hope, is not going to get ignored in all this Phase 4 hype. So.
Yeah, because that's all anybody wants to talk about is the Phase 4.
Yeah, a new phase comes out. Well, it's kind of like if a new frickin' Venom comes out or something, or a new Jackal comes out or something like that. But the problem is we had 3 companies, and so stuff's just kind of been bang, 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 bang. So
somebody asked in here when your Phase 4 review is coming. Are you allowed to say that?
Well, that's what I was just kind of talking about here. My Phase 4 review is coming on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, there's too many good balls. I know guys and gals that get them for free and can't keep up. Yeah, I mean I have that problem, and I've been a whole lot more selective here recently too. I've tried to just, if it's a new ball and I really like it, like the Altered Reality, I can't throw it. I love the ball, but it's too strong. It's just too strong for the majority of the stuff that I bowl on, and so I'm trapped into Now, I do really like the Spectre. The Spectre looks pretty good. I can throw that one. IQ Tour Phase 3, that's kind of stuff in my swing zone. But once we start getting into ASIMs, about the only ASIM I can throw with any real regularity is the UFO Alert. And the RSTX2 looks pretty good sometimes, too. But yeah, the Wolverine is going to get lost in the shuffle, and then the Phase 4 was announced right before the Spectre came out, and the Spectre is one of the best ones we've put out in a while. I really, really like that ball. It's starting to catch on with tour players. You said Brad Miller. He grew up with Brad Miller. They're really good friends, and so Brad said, yeah, the Spectre's the real deal. So,
speaking of Brad Miller, shout out to him real quick before I forget about it for making the TV show. Yeah. Heck of a run the last couple games to fight his way back into the show. So kudos to him for that.
Yeah,
Tune in on Sunday
Brad
evening.
and Kyle are bowling each other.
Yep. Turn in on Sunday to watch Brad. So hopefully everybody's rooting Brad on.
That'll be a good one. Oh. Got a new inbox space-time continuum. I'm staring at a space-time continuum. It's Angel space-time continuum.
There actually is a good question here I wanted to hit. Have you guys ever drilled up an older ball and kicked yourselves for not getting it released? I just had this happen with my wife's old Insight. Shake my head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Plenty of times. I can't tell you exactly which ball, but yeah, I've done it plenty. Easily.
Yeah, I don't have that problem anymore since I drill pretty much everything.
Yeah. I'm kind of in that boat right now, drilling a little bit of everything. So.
But.
What's up, Perry?
Yeah, so Phase 4 review is coming on Friday, and I can tell you that you're going to want to watch it on the big screen. Have you seen my Phase 4 review?
I have.
You're going to want to watch it on a big screen.
I actually saw it while I was in Branson.
Some of these jokers seem to forget that I'm the OG triple OG.
Boom. Shots fired.
Yeah. I'm sitting here listening to Dr. Dre 2001 and getting all amped up and excited, and
As they sit here,
thought
kind
that
of
I
just
fell off, and
flexing on him.
got to show them I still got it. You'll hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block.
I'm there in person. Euless is a house
The
center of
whitest thing I've
mine.
ever
Looking forward to
said.
seeing both Brad and Kyle. Awesome, Rocky.
Yeah. So anyway, I put a lot of effort into the Phase 4 review. It is the longest review I've done by far. There are there's a couple different surfaces. I have 4 different ball comparisons in there. It's 16 minutes long.
Huh.
And it's going up Friday.
That seems to be the new thing. Longer.
Yeah,
the longer
most
videos.
people do it. They milk it just so that once you get over 10 minutes of a video, then YouTube lets you put a mid-reel ad in there.
Yeah.
And so people milk it to try to get over 10 minutes so that they can they can get an extra ad in there.
Makes sense. Like Brad and Kyle just
So-
did one for 39 minutes the other day.
Yeah.
They did a vlog.
So I mean, most of the time I try to keep the videos kind of, I don't know. People like watching longer stuff now. So I mean, with all the streaming stuff and everything, people kind of like getting into stuff, and some like Luis's videos and JR Pro Shop that last for 14 or 15 minutes. It feels kind of okay. I mean, you get into it, and if you're a ball nerd, some of my stuff it's heavy. But at 6 or 7 minutes long, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's over.
As long as it's good content and it's informative, to me, in my opinion, I could sit and be glued to it. And I think that's why the longer videos are popping. Now, if I'm sitting here making a crap video for 15 minutes, then nobody's going to want to watch it. So.
But yeah, this one's going to be a big one. So.
Boom.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Get into
the Phase 4 is kind of a stronger trend. They got the same cover stock, and they got the Phase 4 cover is a little bit or the Phase 4 core is a little bit stronger. So it's kind of a stronger version of the trend. An extra couple boards, a little quicker. So yeah, no, and actually longer videos are okay as long as it's not all fluff and filler. And I was kind of worried when I was working on it because normally, again, I do 7-minute videos, and so working on something that ended up being 16 minutes long. It was such a long process getting through it, and I'm like, holy crap, this is going to be awful. And then I started it, and I watched back through it, and I'm like, oh, that actually went kind of okay. I never, ever, ever want to do it again.
Right.
But it went pretty okay.
I'm speaking from the outside, Jess, but I think the Phase 3 will still be around for a little bit. I could be wrong.
God, I hope so. And I can't really talk too much about it until Friday.
He can't talk about it, but I can answer questions, but I don't know anything. I'm not the Storm guy.
I'm a really big fan of the Phase 3. I drilled a brand new fresh one for the Phase 4 review and Phase 3 for life.
Grandmaster Yoda. It's too early to tell you that. Luke might be able to.
I don't know.
Don't get yourself in trouble by answering some of those.
Well, it's going to be popular. This is one of those things where people are going to buy a bunch of them. There's going to be a bunch of hype because it's a new phase and everybody's going to buy them initially. But I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes because there's a lot of stuff that I think would be around for a while that ends up going really quickly. Now, some stuff, if it's ugly, it's just going to disappear fast. Like the Insight, it didn't matter how good the ball was, it just wasn't going to sell because it's not going to stand out next to other stuff on the rack. So
that's a good comment. Good links are fine with me. Wish you would go longer with more of them. To be honest.
Yeah, and that's what everybody that's what everybody seems to want. So yeah, the Phase 4 video is 16 minutes long. That's over twice the length of. I mean, if I get to 7 minutes, that's something. So it's like 16 minutes 20 seconds. So it's long.
Well, the Rubicon UC3 worked decent on drier house shots. That ball hooks more than you expect.
Probably not. I don't know. Some people seem to think it's a good replacement for the Joyride.
You've gotten some games in with the Zen. I love my P3, Luke. No, I have not put any games.
Actually going to drill the Zen tonight after the show. Possibly, probably, perhaps, perchance.
Yep. That doesn't matter to me, whatever. But yeah, we might get holes in the Zen tonight.
Yeah, it might happen. Depending on how long we ramble here. Is the Insight stronger down lane than the Nova? No, the Insight is actually a little earlier and a little smoother than the Nova. but they're very similar. The insight is super super good, and I'm happy that we got the Nova because now I can. I was able to kind of show people it's like, look, we already had this ball kind of. The Nova's got a little bit stronger core and a little bit cleaner cover on it, so it's going to be more aggressive, but it's also going to be a little bit more shaped too. So it's no, the camo is actually doing really well. I've with my Bowler's Mart stuff. Thanks everybody for taking care of me from that angle because that gives me extra numbers to give to Storm, and my rep is kind of interested. They're all kind of interested in what's selling, and so when all they see is like, okay, well, you're getting a bunch of views on videos, but what are the views actually doing? What are they? Okay, are people just watching to watch? It's kind of like a ball demo. Like, how many people are actually going to buy a ball, and how many people are just showing up to pay the $10 to throw all the new stuff for 2 hours?
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
And
not going to mention the camo is quite possibly the most underrated ball on the market right now.
Yeah, the camo's amazing, and I've sold a couple of them already this month. And the Bowler's Mart thing gives me, if you've got a good pro shop to patronize, by all means get your stuff from the pro shop. If you don't really, then consider checking out my Bowler's Mart thing, and that gives me some actual sales numbers.
No, either one of us got it updated before we went live, so I'll have to update it after.
We'll update it after, so the link is not in the description. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
But most of you have seen it before.
Yeah, the camo is amazing. I carry it every. Yeah, CJ, didn't you? You shot 300 with your camo here 3-4 weeks ago, something like that. If I remember seeing that on the Facebooks, the Book of Faces.
On the Facebooks.
Yeah.
How do you know the camo's underrated?
He posted. I think I remember seeing him post several weeks in a row about the camo. So yeah, the camo's just. I can't say enough about the camo.
There it is. Angel just posted it in the link.
Yeah.
The link for Luke's Bowler's Mart.
Yeah, 5 days apart. Yeah,
so.
There it is.
I never see any hustle camos.
Yeah.
Because they're camo.
So
Get it?
If you watch this later,
Yep.
then it's going to be in the description.
Yeah, we'll have it in the description. This is it for right now.
But check out the link right there for Luke's Bowler's Mart link.
But that actually gives me information to give them both from a sales perspective to say, hey, it's not just people are not just watching this for entertainment, and also it gives them feedback on what people are buying, what people are what is actually being sold. So it helps from a number of places. Spectre and camo can definitely fit in the same bag. I have them both in the same bag. The camo hasn't left the bag for a while. The Spectre, I threw it all night last night, but I was a gauge.
So
I
love that place so much. So we want to get into our topic here.
Yeah.
You want to start with our Norseman Brewing beer here?
The price of the camo is also nice. So.
Oh yes, that it is. Do you want to? What's our beer of the week this week?
This is the Loki's Trickster Blonde Ale with Blue Hill cocoa nibs in it. Blue Hill is a local coffee shop place, whatever else, and of course this is my brother's the head brewmaster here, and so this is a blonde ale that's aged on coffee nibs, and you really get or cocoa nibs.
Cocoa nibs, yeah.
Yeah, and so you get it's kind of like who has one of those? I don't know if it's Leinenkugel's or something like that has a blonde ale that's aged on.
I think it is Leinenkugel's.
I think it is Leinenkugel's. I know it's not Sam Adams, but it's like a blonde ale aged on coffee, cocoa nibs, whatever.
What's up, Fred?
So
I think it's really the cocoa nibs. That was my nickname in high school. Oh gosh, it's not Riley.
Yeah.
No, it looks. Or it tastes as good as it looks. Somebody said something in there. The beer looks good. Yeah, it is really, really, really good. So.
Oh, I think that's Brian that's helped us with our tech support before.
Yeah. Cocoa Nibs. That was my nickname in high school.
That's why I said, is that Riley?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel the wine is slept on. Yes. Speaking of hustles, where did the AU fit in the line? It was kind of a slower, shiny ball, so it's not. I think it was a little bit stronger than the than the wine. Not as strong as the rat, but it's fairly smooth. So.
Ooh, look at that comment.
Oh, there we go.
Jeremy.
Let HQ know that based on your recommendations, I've purchased 27 SPI balls over the last 3 years. 27 balls over the last 3 years. I'm about to start handing email addresses out to people.
Well, actually, I think you can go to SPI and there is a contact us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, go out there and say, Luke's
Yes,
doing it to
contact
it.
the company and tell them how awesome I am. That would be awesome. Storm Dog Buddy, what are you doing? No, I really appreciate everybody.
The other,
supporting,
absolutely.
Taking care of stuff.
The other cool part of this show is now as me as a
It does have an email us.
good. But now that I'm a free agent, we can talk about whatever bull and balls we want to talk about. So.
Talk about like astrophysics and stuff.
Oh,
like
that astrophysics is so good. Yeah. Jihaz, what are you throwing now? Fred, I am throwing a little bit of everything. I've got some B7 stuff, and Brunswick brands. I've got some Storm stuff.
Yeah,
I'm actually getting ready to put holes in my first 900 global ball.
Oh yeah. Talk about we drilled a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. So I've got a dark code,
Mm-hmm.
a UC2, an astrophysics, which was my old astrophysics that I just got back. I've got a
It's
power.
been around the block a few times.
It's been around the block a few times, but that thing is still going strong.
Yeah.
I've got a Power Torque, an Obsession Tour, a Black Widow 2.0, a Black Widow Ghost, which is really, really good, by the way.
Yeah,
The Black Widow Ghost is silly. Obsession Tour is the same thing. To me, it's an IQ Tour Solid on steroids because it's got that asymmetrical core in it. And I'm getting ready to put holes in a Zen.
Yep.
And I have a Knockout that was just delivered today, the original Knockout, not the new one. So, a little bit of everything. And I think I'm going to put holes in a ProMotion,
Yes.
a ProMotion, and a Hustle Wine.
Yeah. ProMotion, a Hustle Wine.
There you go. Any recommendations for a 37-foot house pattern? Something slow.
Yes.
Phase 2, something like that would be really good. Hopefully I'll be heading to see Bob Covey at Ward Parkway Lands next month. Awesome. Bob Covey's a really nice guy.
Ward Parkway.
Hate the bowling center.
Yeah. Angel and I actually do really well at Ward Parkway. The only two
Mr. Stabby.
step ladders that I've ever made in the KC tournaments are at Ward Parkway. One right-handed, one left-handed.
Ugh.
Angel got second at one. Something pink.
Ugh.
Definitely something pink.
Yes, Mr. Stabby, I do have a brand new, a blank purple hammer I haven't drilled yet, and I also have a pitch black. So, there you go. It is truly a mixed bag, which is a good thing, because it's all different kinds of shapes. So if I'm a free agent, I might as well throw a little bit of everything.
Game Breaker 4 is good. Ryan Klaus throws that quite a
I
bit.
thought about trying to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah.
GB4 is really
That's
good.
what I was going to say. If it says Game Breaker or Black Widow on it, it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
So.
I honestly have never thrown a game breaker. None of them. And I think they've all been pretty good from most I've heard, but I'll have to take a look at it.
All right. So,
Let's trust the process, shall we?
yeah, let's get into our topic for tonight, which is trust the process. And this is kind of two parts because this is something that I thought I was doing well, and then I jumped off the train a little too quick, and now I'm kind of back on the train and trying to get things reoriented. And then you were doing pretty good, and then you did the staff thing, and it kind of didn't really work out. You shot a lot of. You actually shot 3 or 4 300s.
And a 99.
Yeah,
All
and
in one
99.
year.
Plus, you shot 770 in Tulsa, 15th in singles for the Greater Tulsa Open.
Yep.
Which is that tournament's big, so several 2 months, 3 months long or whatever.
Yeah, I had some bright spots for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people go, but everything was kind of one note, and so you popped in some big stuff when you matched up, and otherwise it was kind of a.
It's just a big reason that one of the big things, not to knock on Motive before we go into that, it was one of those it's just ball reaction when it's all just one company. I got into the part where everything was starting to shape or basically do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd make a ball change, it would do the same thing. It's going to sound stupid, but it did the same thing, only different. Does that make sense? It literally, you could see the ball do the exact same thing, It'd either just be a little quicker, a little sooner, but it was the same ball motion every single time.
Yeah.
And when I started bowling on patterns and stuff like that, it's where I really suffered. But that's was one of the big reasons I left. Motive was great; they took good care of me. I had amazing opportunities with them. No knock on them. Drill a Motive bowling ball if you've never drilled one. So.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nothing to do with the company or anything there. You had a pretty good thing going, but it's hard, and that's kind of from my perspective too. It's hard to. I would like to do more on the bowling side, but I'm the ball review guy, so the bowling kind of is secondary.
Yep.
Right now,
got to take a step back, unfortunately.
Yeah, and for me, it's kind of okay because I'm still developing with the lefty thing, and I did well last year, but it was just the process. Again, the trust the process thing of just hit the pocket.
Yeah.
That was my thing last year. Keep it simple. Don't do anything crazy. Just hit the pocket. Pick up spares. Just don't. And I was kind of nervous getting back into the draft league. So I'm like, well, I'm going to get in there, and I'm starting this back again, and whatever else, and so that was kind of my idea. It's like, well, just hit the pocket somewhere. You're going to have the 160 and 170 games where you're going to leave 4 7 pins, and you're going to miss every single one of them. Then you're going to have a split and whatever. You're going to have that stuff. But it actually was a really good year. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm getting somewhere, so now I can start trying to execute or start trying to be better, and that's been a disaster for about a solid year now. I've had a couple good nights, but I've also had some pretty rough nights too, and I throw it really well in the Phase 4 video.
Oh, perfect.
Pretty happy about, so.
Plus, we're both kind of in the same boat, really. We're throwing it good for a good period of time. I mean, I literally was throwing it good the entire summer. Like, I just threw it so good the entire summer. First few weeks of league, and this was with the Motive stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, you didn't have anything under 740 for a solid month. 5, 6 weeks,
I was just
like
shooting big numbers every week. It didn't matter, and then something changed where I started getting into some bad habits after a small delay off from COVID. I didn't have COVID, but it was a contact thing. So I was stuck at home in quarantine, and when I got back out, I started creating bad habits on a lot of things, and it caused me to really kind of spiral downhill, so to speak. I'm finally starting to now get back and throw it better. And when I say throw it better, I mean a lot better. And that's one thing where trust the process comes into play here is even when you're working at getting back and you feel like you're throwing it really, really good, the scores aren't always going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to come.
And that's the problem is too many people chase scores too often and think that, because last night I shot 580 with the Spectre, but I had 8 7 pins and 6 6 pins. So I was in the pocket the entire night. I had a couple of bad breaks. I missed 2 spares. But, I mean, I beat the pocket to death and just couldn't ever, and I got a little deeper, got a little straighter, whatever else. I just couldn't really get lined up, and even though I was making good shots, I wasn't making good enough shots.
Yeah.
But then towards the end of the night, I started throwing it pretty good. And I just got some bad breaks and whatever else, but I'm not terribly upset. And that's that's kind of the thing is when you know that you're throwing it good, it's easier to take some of the rougher sets.
Yep.
Even though some people will go, gosh, I'm throwing it so good and I'm just getting screwed and whatever else. Well, that doesn't upset me so much as when I'm throwing the ball bad.
Yeah, and that's also another thing, too, is people feel like, oh, I'm not scoring right now, but I'm throwing it good, so maybe it's the ball, so I go buy more bowling balls. No, we always want you to go buy bowling balls. It supports the industry. But at the same time, it's not always the problem. Like, I've got so many different shapes in my bag right now that I've got, if I can't figure out what to do with what I've got, last night, for example, after the first game, I shoot 230, 235 game 1, and then game 2, the ball I was throwing all of game 1 just wasn't seeing it right, so I was leaving a lot of corners. And then once I got out of that, Gage is such a different animal that everything was either a little too much or You know what I mean? It was just by the middle of game 3, they were just torched.
Mhm.
So, anyways, yeah, if your ball reaction is definitely better for me, for example, well, now that I'm throwing it better, I got lazy where I was starting to get my hand around the outside of it. Not really sure why. That was silly of me, but getting my hand back inside of it, staying behind it, and I definitely have noticed a big difference in my ball reaction. So,
Yeah, and that's everything kind of all works together too because I've had the same thing where I'm trying to kind of help the ball because I
mm-hmm.
think the better you throw it, sometimes you're not when you're used to not throwing it good, then the ball kind of struggles to get down the lane, and so you either have where you dump it or it's just too much ball reaction. And so when you start throwing it good, most of the time you start throwing it through the spot.
Yes,
You
100%.
start throwing it. There is such a thing as throwing it too good. Like if I'm lined up to like, God, if I throw this bad, I don't want to go through the middle, and so I'm going to cheat inside a little bit. But as soon as you throw it good, then it just kind of wiggles and doesn't do anything. But when you have good ball reaction, that gives you confidence in execution, and everything just kind of works together. And so it's something that we've had to both just kind of work through. And it's like, okay, had a bad night at league. It's frustrating, but I'm not. I used to get I was getting kind of down there for a while because everything was bad and I wasn't getting any better and everything was just kind of getting worse. And it's like, gosh, I'm so tired of this. But there are bright spots there occasionally, and you just have to keep working. And so that's when, if you're on Instagram and you follow people like most of the PWBA bowlers are really good. Verity, Diana, Stephanie Johnson, Rocio, they're all pretty good about Daniel McEwen. They're all pretty good about drills, and Shannon O'Keefe working out
drill a
and
lot,
exercise, and they kind of really hit the basics. The fundamentals, they're big on the fundamentals, and so that's where they start there. They put in the work. It's not fun stuff by any stretch of the imagination, but they put in the work and they keep going and they get better. However, there is a point where you can get lost in the process instead of people just trust the process. Well, eventually you have to get out of that and you have to actually use what you're doing and win something.
Yeah, I 100%. I completely agree 100%. But it definitely it's a frustrating journey when you've gone through what we've gone through.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've literally gone from averaging darn near 235, 240 over the summer to and into the first part of the year to I'm down in 210s, and it's frustrating. I don't have any hair to rip out, but if I did, it'd be gone.
Yeah, I'm 10 pins down from last year in the scratch league. I'm even further down than that, and I'm starting to kind of recover on Friday nights. But that's kind of a fun league. So
Yeah, Friday night's fun.
I mean, it's not like we take it any less serious. Like I still want to do well.
Yeah, we still want to score, but at the same time, it's
just kind of use that we kind of have that for a practice night.
yeah. I take different equipment than I usually take and stuff like that.
And then now that I'm bowling on Tuesdays, I'm 20 pins down in that league, but I get handicapped now, so that's okay.
Boom. Yeah, that league's actually pretty fun. I love Trevor's league.
So,
but it's such a frustrating thing though that like if you're going through changes or like people, I can see people that need to trust the process. If we're staying on the topic, if they're fighting through an injury, and they're coming back, and I can see where it gets really frustrating, like. Because you probably have to change a lot of things up, I would assume. I've never, like you, for example.
Yeah.
How was it for you when you made the switch? Not even the switch, but when you went through the shoulder. Was it when you were a kid? When did that happen exactly?
No, I was trying to be Kobe Bryant, and I am not Kobe Bryant.
You're a ginger Kobe.
Yeah. I got inside that. I was playing a pickup game of basketball when I was 25 or 26, and I got inside that arc thingy. So, which is not good for people of my persuasion. It's either behind the arc thingy or behind the line thingy. That's where we're best from. And I stole the ball and I was on a fast break for a white guy. And I went up to fake a layup. and then I tried to scoop the ball under to. I had a teammate that was kind of trailing,
Yep.
and so I faked the layup and I scooped it under to them for a 3, and my shoulder dislocated and nobody touched me. So I went. It was one of these things where I kind of went up like that and then tried to do that really fast, and it popped. I did that and I was on the way down, which I didn't get much air to begin with because
Yeah. Were you still bowling at the same time though? Or is it
I was.
pre-bowling?
No, I was bowling. I was actually definitely bowling right-handed at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the Linehan League.
Ah, yeah.
But so I dislocated my shoulder. Nobody touched me, and then I got it back in. I rushed my rehab. I'm 25 or 26. I'm thinking it's not that big of a deal, and I just never really got the strength back. And I started practicing. I started playing basketball again in 3 weeks, and that wasn't a good idea because I could feel my shoulder slipping all the time. And but I wanted to get back into playing basketball, and then I got back into bowling in 2 weeks or something like that. It was just a really bad idea. Well, what happened is I lost a lot of strength. I tore some muscles and stuff, but I didn't. There's no ligament damage, no tendon damage, no whatever else. They didn't. They just said, you don't need surgery. You just stretch some things out.
Yeah.
And, but I never really got the strength back, so I kind of rushed my way through the rehab, and I started bowling too soon again. And to make up for the strength, I started turning. That's where the wing thing came from.
No,
Because I started turning because I didn't have the strength to stay behind the ball anymore, and so I started turning and like pulling with the back part of my shoulder because this is what got blown out.
Yeah.
And I got back, and you remember Brian Bach?
Mm-hmm.
I got back, and I was bowling on his team in Linehan. He's like, "Dude, what the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Throwing the ball. I feel pretty good." And he's like, "Dude, what's with the frickin' what's with the whatever?"
The
and
wing.
so he took out his flip phone Motorola Razor or whatever back when flip phones were cool, and
I had a few.
cell phone videos.
I had a
were at
Razor.
like 144p or something. I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay." I did shoot 300 my first game, the first night back in league 4 or 5 weeks after it happened, and then I ended up shooting 660 that night, and then it just kind of all went downhill from there. I had some stuff kind of worked out, but
So when you were coming back from that injury, for example, what was it like? Yeah, I'm sure you. I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask this. What was it like fighting back from that? Because I'm sure a lot of things changed.
well, and that's the thing is that it was
Like the wing.
Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to the wing to begin with because it was everything kind of worked out for a little while, and I kind of like to hook the ball anyway, so I didn't notice it that much. And I wasn't really that versatile and whatever else. I just hooked the ball from third arrow, and but once I started getting better, that's when I noticed that it kind of
Right.
hindered me, and I didn't trust the process at all back then. I just wanted to get back as soon as I could get back, and I didn't care what shape I was in when I got back. I just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
And I didn't really ever get back to there. I could kind of fake it and make it work and whatever else. And these things are the reason we need a Flappy Bird jersey.
Oh gosh.
Yes, I wanted a Flappy Bird jersey.
I think you and I need to get a breakdown pair jersey that we can wear for doubles.
Yeah.
Games. What do you think?
Keith is working on a new or an adjusted
Working on a new logo for us.
Logo.
Adjusted. So
this is pretty cool, but he had some ideas and he's playing around with it.
speaking of logo, just kind of promote us a little more too. We're working on a Facebook page.
Not
We'll-
logo, Coolwick.
Yep. We'll have a
This
face,
is the black label
which
pullover.
are really really good, by the way.
Yeah, these are awesome. I wear this as much as I can get away with it.
It's got Coolwick on the other sleeve too.
No,
Or is it on
it's
the
got,
back?
It's got Coolwick on the back, I'm pretty sure.
We're working on a
is
Facebook
the-
page that we have coming, so it's kind of similar to what Lou has, but
Yeah, we've got a Facebook group.
we'll be
Coming
starting.
is what we've got.
Yeah, great, a group, not a page, but we'll be starting a group.
Oh,
that
yeah,
people
Ron
can get in
Keith.
the share, so. I was like, what? Because I'm Keith. But yeah, we'll be, people can
House
get in there and
Hack
share stuff
Bowling.
with us and stuff like that. Yeah, check him out at House Hack Bowling. He's a good guy. He designed this logo for us, and I think on his own he decided to go ahead and just tweak this one. So,
Yeah.
but I think that should be our next jerseys. I think you and I should get some breakdown pair of jerseys.
Cool Wick. Yep.
Cool Wick, yep.
Cool.
Promo code ROSEDOLL10 or HAWS10 saves you 10%
Yep.
on coolwick.com.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. I'm Keith too, so I should get one. Exactly, right? You should get a breakdown pair jersey.
There we go. I switched to two-handed over the summer, and my average down about 20 pins. Not gonna lie, it's frustrating because I put in the work and not seeing the results outside of a few big sets. And that's kind of the thing, is I'm not, the coordination isn't there. I'm still learning the left side of the lane, and it's a lot different.
Mistles.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Mistles.
No doubt that
Thanks,
you're
sweetie.
fighting through some different things.
I know, you're the best mistle.
We got pupper
I know.
visits down here.
You're the best measles. I know.
Yeah, that would be so cool. We should do that. We should do a breakdown pair jersey. I might even go ahead and do that for my custom.
Mm-hmm.
I might do
You're a good
that.
mistle. I know, you're the best mistle.
Or are you saying it weird?
Oh, mistle dog.
Anyway, sorry. We kind of got off topic there for a second. I kind of wanted to promote our new Facebook that's coming. But yeah, feel free to get in there. We can kind of create it as like a page where
Stewie,
you
why are you
can ask
saying it like
questions
that?
and stuff. It just makes it easier for you guys to get to us.
Cool Whip.
We'll still keep our email, but
Yeah, we still got the email address going, or the breakdownpair@gmail.com if you want to send us anything.
yeah.
But we will have a Facebook group to make it a little bit easier.
We also
to
have an
kinda
Instagram.
Access, interact with us. Yes, we do have an Instagram, and it's kind of all over the place. It's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different things, and it's a little bit more fun, kind of light content rather than
It's
just
not just so much all bowling. We do
serious
beer.
bowling stuff
We
all
do
the
take
time.
pictures of drilling balls. Like maybe I'll take a picture of the Zen being drilled.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
So we do all kinds of stuff. There's pictures of Tulsa, Luke and I in Tulsa drinking beers, and
Should be really interesting when Amanda and I are bowling and y'all are sitting there
What the
watching.
heck do we have?
yeah, we're actually bowling. So we have a tournament coming up that it's a women's only event, and Angel and my wife Amanda are bowling. It's not a doubles, it's singles, but Luke and I actually have to sit back and watch. I don't know what that means or what that entails. So I've
We
never
are
gone
the-
to a bowling center and watched like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We are the caddies.
We're the ball caddies, and so that means I literally get to sit back and drink beer. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
But the next day there's a mixed doubles.
So
So
you better behave on the day one.
yeah, I'm not bowling with my wife for mixed doubles either. I'm bowling with Haley. So
Interesting. Trevor's not bowling with Haley?
no, we switched it up because Trevor's average would just absolutely destroy her handicap
Yeah.
because the average is almost 250.
Yes, that is actually true.
So all the handicaps she would get would basically be
Yeah, negated by his.
live stream it with commentary. Ooh,
Which center is it at?
Aaron's. Might have to do that. Luke and I could literally sit there and live commentate that. The
That
breakdown,
would be amazing.
the breakdown pair on the road.
The
Ooh.
doubles would be really hard to be able to do that.
Well, the
But
double.
The
not
doubles, no, we'll live stream the women's
yeah,
event.
yeah, the women's event will be fun.
You guys should stream that tournament with mics for commentary. Oh yeah, we should. We could literally sit there and just talk. It's not a bad idea. Kind of
Yeah,
like
an
it.
inch right for
I would
lefties
be-
and more
I
than
would
3
be
inches
okay with
left
those,
for
not the
right-handed.
doubles.
Yeah.
Kind of
Don't
like
do the
that.
doubles.
No, we're not going to
Holy
do the doubles,
crap.
but we're going to do the
We
singles.
can
We
do
could
the
do.
singles.
Don't delete that. You were right.
Promote the ladies.
You can tug at an arrow and
For those-
strike on the right side.
Those that don't have girlfriends or wives that don't bowl, or for those that have girlfriends or wives that don't bowl, please get them out bowling, support the game.
Yeah.
Events like that are really cool because they get their chance to get out there and do their own thing by themselves. So
Yeah.
that is a great idea. We should do that, John, and whoever else said Billy. Yeah,
Yep.
If you guys are game for it,
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
charge the mics and bring it.
let's do it. Jonathan and Luke over Rob and Randy. Absolutely.
That's a very low bar to.
I kind of want to be like what's his name, and just be
Dang.
like 60 feet to success. Sorry.
60 feet to success.
And
Yahtzee!
nobody's gonna watch.
Yeah, the righty save the
Yeah, I
left
know.
is so easy.
So sports shot righty equals house shot lefty sounds like, yeah, pretty much. And I think they're actually going to be bowling on a pattern too. I love going to watch the wife at States. They have been bowling. They have beer in bowling centers. CJ, yes, my man. Dave Ryan, thank you, Billy. That's the name I was looking for. Dave Ryan was in his heyday though, back when the bowling PBA was in its heyday in the
Yeah.
90s, early 2000s. PBA bowling was so good,
Yep.
unless you got tired of Walter Ray. Other than that, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean
So it's
the left side is harder to get to the pocket.
Yeah.
But if you're somewhat reasonably accurate,
Trevor.
then yeah, the shot doesn't change. So you're a little bit restricted from one, but if you can throw the same shot virtually all night long, especially if there's not another lefty on the pair.
Yeah, agreed. Do you have more that you want to touch on the topic, or should we just get into some chat here since we're doing some other stuff and just kind of our first night, kind of be here for the people? Chat with them?
I would say that as far as trusting the process goes, what that means to everybody else is that sometimes you have to just stay home, and what that means is that I did really well last year just hitting the pocket and keeping it simple. I got away from that and started, let's throw this and let's throw that and let's try doing this and let's try this little trick and whatever else. But then, getting back to just, you know what, keep it simple, throw the ball that works, and which really sucks because I've got so many good balls to throw and I can't take them all. I can't throw them all. I'm sitting here staring at a bunch of stuff that I can't take 12 balls to league every night. I mean, I can, but
Right.
it's cold outside. And then I've got a bunch of overseas stuff that I really want to drill. There's a bunch of stuff like a pink hustle, which is basically a polished hustle PBR, and it's bright pink. I want to drill that so bad. I also have a pink badger that I want to drill. The Marvel Max Impact, which is a solid marble that's got the Axiom cover on it and it's polished. I want to drill that one very badly. We have Promotion Tours that are the solid version of the Nova cover on the Promotion/Trend core.
Huh.
I
Are those
really
new?
want to drill one of those. The Promotion Tour?
Yeah.
No, we've had them for a while. They're a year and a half ago.
Huh.
2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Surprised you haven't put holes in that yet, just because it says promotion on it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, because we need to be able to take balls out of our bag.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. I already have too much stateside stuff that I can't get out of the bag or that I have to leave at home. And I don't have enough room for the stuff that we're releasing here, let alone justify drilling some overseas stuff. I've got a phase tour that's worth $500 and that I really want to drill.
Don't do
but
it.
It's $500.
Oh no! If he doesn't put holes in it, I'm getting it. It's getting holes. It's
Yeah, the
not-
Promotion Tour. Yeah, it's the High Road X cover,
That
and
makes
it's
it
shiny. So it's the High Road X cover with the Promotion core. And then I have an IQ Tour Pink, which is a pink IQ Tour Fusion. It's R2S hybrid. So we've got a bunch of stuff that we really want to drill, but yeah.
And guess what it reminds me? I've got
Well,
a
no,
Marvel
I'm
Pearl at
still-
home
I'm still
downstairs.
on the topic,
I have a Marvel Pearl at home downstairs still.
but
Yeah.
I have all these balls that I want to throw, but I have to throw what is comfortable, what scores, what makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff that I'd love to drill and I really want to throw, but I can't because an IQ Tour just destroys everything.
There's a reason why motive staffers always throw ghosts and shocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's it's really dumb for me to try to venture too far outside and throw all these different things. I should be throwing IQ Tours and promotions and specters and UFO alerts and stuff like that, but
Yeah, there's it's just that's kind of like you guys. The reason IQ tours and everybody throws them, they're so good. Or there's reasons why, like I said, the motive guys throw the shocks and ghosts. There's,
yeah.
I'm thinking of another company. I'm the shock. Ooh, oh come on,
Yeah.
shock
You
was so
just-
good.
You just have to do what works, and it's not fun or exciting most of the time, and that's why you have to kind of, again, trust the process of the game of bowling is about knocking the pins down, and if you're not knocking the pins down, that seems kind of dumb. But I have all these pretty bowling balls to throw, so
Ooh. Got a good idea. I just saw this from Ron Shipman. Video challenge, different ball for each frame. Maybe we should do something. Do a breakdown pair, and we should film something.
Mm-hmm.
And do a challenge match. Something like that. That'd be kind of fun. Some different content.
Mm.
What, don't you think? Kind of like what you and Lou did?
Yep. Sounds like somebody needs to do a here's my stash video. I've done that before during some live streams, but yeah, we've got some good stuff. I have a Phase 3 Special Edition that I'd really like to drill. It's got NRG Solid Polished.
How many in your stash were bought when you were still righty that you weren't drilling because they weren't really look or work that good on the left? From John.
One we did for the giveaway.
We bought the Phase Flows after,
Oh.
but we bought them because they were freaking cool. And I'm like, I'm never
They are
gonna throw
pretty.
this on the left side of the lane.
They're really pretty. Have you not thrown one on the left side of the lane yet?
None have gone home.
I think you really don't think you'd like it on the left side?
A Phase Flow?
Rubber is
Yeah.
strong.
I'd never be able to throw it. It's
No.
too strong.
Not even in Tulsa?
No.
No, I was
Not
throwing-
Andy B's, of course, but
I was throwing a Hustle Camo from 4th Arrow in Tulsa. There's no way I could throw a Phase
I'm talking to
Flow.
Broken Arrow. Because Broken Arrow was tighter this year. They were a lot, at least on the right side, they were tight.
Oh no,
No,
we could.
Phase Flow is like reality. It's strong.
Well, I couldn't get the ball down the lane at Broken Arrow, so that's why Trevor and I ended the day hooking it from 4th Arrow because we couldn't get the ball down the lane and everything was either they were tight, but it was because the heads were destroyed.
Oh, yeah. I went back and watched some videos of some of the shots I threw in Tulsa at Broken Arrow, for example, and I can literally see the ball where I was laying it down at. I could see it hook at my feet
Mm-hmm.
and just straighten out. So I was able to see the heads right. I was getting the ball through the heads right, and that's what was pretty much made me successful that day. I mean, and I was labeling everything. That didn't hurt. But anyway,
There's a good question. For you guys, how many moves before a ball change? I typically like to move around because if you already have a good look with the ball that you're throwing right away, I like to try to move around with that ball rather than try to make it interesting or adjust anything.
Yeah.
Because if it's already a good look, especially on the left side, our moves are small. We don't move very often, and so the need to change balls just isn't there unless the ball that you're throwing just isn't working.
yeah, see, and for me, I look at it as a couple different ways. If I can, with the eye test, you can see if it's right, but at the same time, I look to see, is it going through the pins the right way? Is it too early? Is it too clean? If I start seeing the ball, leaving corner after corner after corner, yeah, I'm going to get out of it. Just because I'm hitting the pocket with it doesn't mean that I'm going to stay in it. So it's kind of like a Royal Crest. I was throwing it, I think it was the Odyssey, and it looked pretty good early, but it was just 10 pin after 10 pin after 10 pin.
Mm-hmm.
So the ball was just seeming lane too quick, so I needed to get into something cleaner. So I went into like the Nemesis at the time, and I had a better look. But it really just depends on the way the ball's going through the pins for me and the look I have. So it's a couple combinations of things for me. So anyway, the face flow would be a good ball for Snowman. Yeah, you know what? I've never bowled the Snowman doubles, and I think I need to get Princess here to go bowl. I think next year or whenever we need to go bowl Snowman doubles. Snowman is a tournament that is, for those that don't know what the Snowman doubles is, it is every year they pick a different distance, but it is oiled by hand. So they take a spray bottle, they strip the lanes and walk backwards and take a spray bottle just like this across. So it's pair to pair. Everything is so much different than anything else you've ever bowled on.
The Phase Flow has the GI 18 solid cover on it, so it is. Mister, what are you doing? It is the next generation or the following year's iteration of the Sherlock cover, which is basically the reality cover. So the Phase Flow kind of has the reality cover on the velocity core. So
Yeah, if you guys are,
it's very strong.
if everybody's interested, we could definitely do some live commentary for 6 games for the women. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Oh,
We might
yeah.
have Luke and I a little liquored up, but yeah, we can do that for sure. You can even hotspot off my hotspot, and we can go to town.
Yeah.
So, just put a camera up and sit there and listen to us Yahoos commentate. The next day we're bowling a doubles event, but we will not live stream that. So, it'll be a day for us all
Can you
to.
get my phase tour out?
Are you going to get back on topic?
We have been on topic the whole time.
Yeah, talking a little bit about everything.
No idea what you're talking about.
Should we talk a little bit about like practice habits and stuff? If anybody wants to kind of ask some questions about practice habits and stuff like that, like what's some good drills and stuff to do?
Oh, I hate drills.
I do too, personally. I do not like them.
Well, maybe people can share what their process is.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea. How about you guys throw some stuff in the chat here? Like, what's a process that you do? What's something you do in your practice sessions, or do you drill? Do you work on hand adjustments? Do you work on just a little bit of everything? Here, I can move this up. Oh, you're good.
See the box over there?
Do you read the lanes? Here you go. Do you read the
Put it
lanes
in
front to
front
back,
line.
or more side to side on
They
your
can.
adjustments?
It's
Me, I'm mostly-
It's definitely side to side.
As I say, I'm definitely a side to side kind of guy.
Definitely side to side. I have to stay very.
Yeah, I'm definitely a side to side guy. Unless you're in Tulsa, that's where you might read it front to back. You bowl at Handy Bees in Tulsa and the Tulsa Open, Greater Tulsa Open. They hook so much at the team center, it's ridiculous.
I have to be really careful with the side to side.
Corner pins, footwork, and target practice. That's good. That's good. Hand adjustments and 7 arrows practice. 7 arrows practice is good stuff too. Since I find drills tedious, I try to practice spares and play low ball. Low ball is actually a fantastic way to work on spares. It really is. Brad and I used to play low ball all the time when we were kids. And at Laurel Lanes growing up, we would bet each other who can get the lowest. So, oh yeah, they hook. Richard, yeah, for sure. They hook at your feet. Constantly working on my feet. I get to throwing it well, then want to run to the line because causing balancing issues. So every practice focus on footing. CJ, I am right there with you on that. Because I'm a 4-step approach and I'm way up on the line from the dots. Short man syndrome. I've got short legs, so I don't need to take big steps. If I get fast at all, I fall off the shot or slip or stick. A lot of the time, it's my footwork. So a little too quick. I'm working on speed control. When I'm leaving a lot of 7 pins, I can normally slow my speed down and start striking it. Yeah, exactly. I've gone through a rut here where I'm missing corner pins all of a sudden. I don't understand what's going on, but used to be back when I bowled on tour, I was an amazing spare shooter. Now my spare game is just absolutely god awful. I mean, to be any kind of successful out there on tour, you have to have a good spare game.
Yeah.
You have to have a spare game.
CJ, I'm also working on my feet because I've gotten into a really bad habit of wanting to push the ball away on my first step.
Yep.
And that gets everything working too early. So if I can take 2 steps and then push the ball, then everything flows so much more in time. Timing is awful. Timing is really, really difficult to get right.
Strikes are for show, spares are for the dough. Absolutely. Spares make cuts, man. Spares make cuts.
Is the Spectre enough of a step up for an IQ Tour Nano Pearl? It's not really a step up. The cover is actually weaker, and the core is a little weaker too. From a different standpoint, the IQ has a lot lower RG, so it's going to roll and rev sooner, but it's got a lot lower differential too, so it's not going to boom as much on the back end. But it's early and rolly, and the cover is stronger. So I would actually consider the Spectre a step down from a box surface IQ Tornado Pearl. Or if they're both shiny, it's a step sideways. The IQ is going to be earlier and smoother. The Spectre is going to be longer and sharper. But it's not a step down, or it's not a step up. It's not really a step down either, but it's not a step up.
Would that be like a delayed 4-step? Or would that be like a 4-step if you delayed the push-off?
No, I have a 5-step, but I just need to delay I just need to not put the ball, because as soon as I put the ball into motion, the first step, then I'm kind of doing the Fred Flintstone twinkle toes thing, trying to catch up with my arm, and it just doesn't work out. I get to the bottom, and my hand gets there before my feet do, and then I just lose any kind of leverage or anything that.
I'm the one with the little 4-step approach. Short leg problems. I can do it 5, but I found I was really, really fast when I was doing 5. So it's just comfortable for me because I'm shorter, little guy. I can get to the line a little better. And it's also something I've done a long time. So.
What is your favorite color combo in a bowling ball, and why is it blue and
red?
red? This ball is legitimately worth $500. And I really can't justify putting holes in it. But if I don't drill it, Angel's going to drill it, and I need to drill it, but I can't drill it.
Yeah, I would literally shed a tear every time the drill bit touched it.
Oh my god, yeah, this is going to be a hard one, because it's either I'm going to drill it or it's going to sit on the shelf here forever.
And crack?
Yes. And then not be worth $500.
What new balls have you worked with? What new balls have been working for you, Jonathan? I've been throwing the crap out of the Obsession Tour, and I've thrown the Black Widow Ghost is really good. Between that one and a Power Torque, all three are really, really, really good. And I threw a lot of the Astrophysics.
Marvel Max Impact out.
Astrophysics on the Storm side is really, really good too. So
can I get it out?
I'm not getting up again. I'm focused on messaging.
Just anyways,
You need to stay on topic.
that's what I've been throwing a lot lately. How often do you resurface a ball to factory finish? Ron, I never resurface bowling balls. I do not resurface them. I would always suggest doing an oil, like a detox.
Yeah, a detox.
A detox over resurfacing. Every time I've resurfaced a bowling ball, I don't care what anybody says. The bowling ball is not the same ever again. So I will never do it. Only way it's resurfaced is if it's like plugged. I get like a plugged ball from somebody, and then when I get said plugged ball, of course it's going to have somewhat of a resurface done, correct? So, yeah, no, not for me. It's not. I think Luke's the same way, aren't you?
It depends. Now, if it's a shiny ball or something, I don't like resurfacing it, because then it resets the surface, and I don't. But if it's something that's sanded to begin with, and I want to re-sand it, yeah, I'll sand it down. But I don't like doing like a total full resurface. But I got those Jayhawk Diamond Dust pads.
Oh, those are good.
And those are ridiculous. So, work really good for when I want to keep something chalky for tournaments that I need hook and stability in. That's when I use those pads.
Careful on the Obsession Tour. Around 60 games, I tend to die a lot. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And if I see it starting to do that, I will do a detox. So I'll just take it to the local pro shop and just detox it and go from there. Like the Fiesta, but want to say hi and order a new IQ Tour Solid High Realm Pearl. Based off your videos, what kind of layout should I do? Not a big layout question guy.
Yeah, I would definitely talk to your pro shop about that, because while I can do ball recommendations, the layout recommendations, I need quite a bit more information about those, or for those. So it would really help me to bowl. You know, if I were to bowl at your center and be able to watch you bowl and whatever else, that gives me kind of the information that I need. So if you have a good pro shop to go to, would definitely let them handle the layouts. Now, if you say like, well, I've got this ball and I want something that hooks less than that, then I can help you out. But the layouts are something that's a little bit more difficult to, 4x4x2 on everything. Yeah. That's kind of what I do. That actually works out really well for me.
It's really hard to give somebody a layout suggestion without seeing your game, first of all. And that being said, we will also look like the bad guy if we suggest a layout on YouTube and you go drill it and you absolutely hate it. So we definitely not the ideal for us. Don't sleep on the Obsession Tour Pearl Great Ball. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't fit in what I need right now. So I'd like to drill it, but not planning on doing it at this time. First practice shots before league or in practice is always on my footing timing. My first practice shots in league or practice is always throw it that doesn't hurt the most.
Yeah.
Those always hurt the first one. Never with you guys. We appreciate it, Emmanuel. Yeah, my first one's always like I take like a 9-step approach and then just kind of baby it. Have you ever seen Trevor's first few shots?
Yeah.
He literally just
Oh yeah, he walks up there and
he just slowly rolls it and it hooks and takes out the 10 pin, and everybody always goes, "Oh, nice shot, don't miss," because they don't understand what he's doing. Hey there, Luke. I'm so disappointed you went to the dark side left. You used to get along with every ball you said you liked. Now, not so much. It's okay, though. The edits and shot making keep me around. There you go.
You'll like the Phase 4 video on Friday, then.
Ooh. What's the difference between a detox and a resurface in terms of end result? There you go. That's a good question.
A resurface just kind of resets the surface. You sand it down. You get rid of it cleans it up. It gets rid of a lot of the nicks and cuts, whatever else. It just kind of refreshes the cover. A detox actually will extract the oil that has accumulated inside the ball. They're all designed to absorb oil to a certain extent.
Yep.
So that they can keep the cover dry and fresh and whatever else. Well, once you get so much oil in that cover, then all of a sudden it warms up and the oil starts to kind of come back out. And so you just need to get a detox to take all the oil back out of it.
That's what I would suggest, and he suggests as well, instead of resurfacing a bowling ball, because, like, once again, you resurface a bowling ball, the oil's still in the cover.
Yeah, the oil's still in the cover.
Yeah.
So the resurfacing it is going to help a little bit, but not near as much as detoxing.
Yeah, 100%. I actually just got a good question. A lot of former staffers stay away from their former brands. You ruling out any of the new Motive equipment coming up, Jonathan? I don't know. It's nothing against Motive. I'm still going to have some stuff in my bag. I mean, I've still got all my Motive equipment. Jackal Ghosts and Shocks aren't leaving my bag unless I sign somewhere else. I really like the microcell polymer stuff, so like the Tank Blitz, Desert Tank, that stuff's not going anywhere. But new stuff, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just say about that. It's nothing against the company. I see better shapes for me elsewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and there's a couple different reasons that staffers leave. Either they don't feel like they were treated well at their company, in which case they're like, well, I'm just not going to throw the equipment on principle.
That was not my case, though.
Yeah, and some of them are kind of like, well, I'm not a staffer anymore because I just didn't really match up with the stuff that well. And so that was more his thing. He didn't have any problem with the company itself. It's just the equipment was...
It was a shape thing for me.
There wasn't enough versatility or diversity or whatever else.
It didn't allow me when I made a ball change. So it was mostly when I make a ball change, I was not seeing the shapes that I need to be seeing when I make a ball change in transition. That's really where it hurt me. I can figure the fresh out.
Yeah.
It's transition what really hurt me.
How many games would you suggest before a detox? It really just boils down to
what
ball
you see.
reaction.
Yeah, seeing what you see.
Yeah, some balls you might need to do it after 50 games. Some balls you can go a whole lot longer. It depends on the ball reaction. Once you see them start to kind of wiggle and get really lazy down lane, that's when you should probably think about a detox. How tough is it competing locally with the amount of quality PBA guys in your area? Metro Detroit area bowl against a few great bowlers, but man, KC area is good too.
Kansas City area is fantastic.
Well, we draw a lot of people from, Wichita's got a lot of Wichita State bowlers.
Packy Hannerhan, Franco Laval.
Yeah, we see Francois, we see Packy, we see Brad, we see Kyle. Occasionally Jacob Buttriff when he's been here a couple times.
Zach Wilkins we see a lot.
Zach Wilkins, he actually made one of the shows.
Yep. Zach Wilkins is a Motive guy.
And then there's the local guys that Austin Bolds, Dylan Burns, Trevor
Lee Baumgartner.
Yeah, the
guy that literally wins everything around here.
So yeah, we have PBA bowl. Yeah, Trevor's won 4 doubles in a row.
He finally didn't get one in Wichita.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Finally
him and Dylan finished like 8th or something.
They finally did not get one in Wichita.
Suckers.
It's always my dark horse pick. I don't care what seed he is. It's fun to watch him in person too. Mm-hmm. Kevin Williams is another one we get around here.
Yeah, we get Kevin Williams, Casey Murphy.
Casey Murphy.
Once again, he just set the house record at Enterprise, which Enterprise is fairly easy, but at the same time,
Shoot 860 in that building. I don't care.
yeah.
I cannot carry in
I-
that building to save my life.
yeah, 868 with the Nova, Casey Murphy.
Oh, KC, yeah, CJ. KC, every tour at KC we do, it's basically a PBA regional.
Yeah, it's been in that. So, I'm not sure it's necessarily tough. It's one of those things where you kind of walk in and you look at, okay, Dylan's here, Trevor's here, Packy's here, Frankie's here, Zach Wilkins is here. Okay, so what does that put? Okay, so the best I can do is like 7th or 8th. But at the same time, you get a better gauge of where your game is actually at, how good you actually are when you have quality competition in the field, rather than just kind of a placebo effect where you're like, oh, well, it's a bunch of local guys and I finished pretty good.
Yep.
Well, no, we have PBA caliber and guys that should be on the PBA.
Oh, 100%. Trevor.
You know, yeah, Trevor, Dylan, Austin Bolds. They've got
Austin Bulls does bowl PBA, though.
yeah. Well, Dylan does too. He won the Invitational a couple of years ago. The top 32 in points for the Southwest region.
Trevor and I call him Big Daddy. Big Daddy is so good. He really is. I'm not gonna lie. Kid's really good.
Big Daddy.
Everything. Here's a good question, John. What SPI ball reacts the most like a motive ball? Luke may think I'm wrong, but if I had to make a just point at you now, you got to make a decision. I would say a phase 2.
It's kind of like a symmetric Jack Ghost.
I mean, if you just had to point at me right now,
a stronger.
It's a stronger
Venom
Trident
Shock.
Odyssey.
Yeah, or a stronger Venom Shock.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
got that
I've thrown them
very-
both, so if you just had to point at me and say make a decision right now, I would have to say that.
Yeah. You very often say it's just too strong, or you're playing on dry lanes only. No, it's just there's so much more shape on the left side of the lane.
You can answer some questions for a minute. I've got to break the seal.
Yeah.
And
then I'll trade you. No, it's just there's so much extra shape on the left side of the lane because there's not a whole lot of traffic, so we don't ever get a track built up. So if you have lanes that are, 20 years old, and you have a lot of traffic on the right side of the lane versus very little traffic on the left side, you build in some friction, you build in some hook into the lanes themselves. On the left side, you don't really have that, so the ball gets down the lane really easily, and then it shapes a bunch. So I don't need anything that shapes anymore. I use a lot of the IQ Tour, ProMotion, generally stuff that's kind of smoother and slower, that kind of controls the shape, controls my angles. I use a lot of strong layouts. The phase 3 with actually all my symmetric drillings are a 4-inch pin, which seems crazy from a right-handed perspective to put that strong of a layout on stuff. But since we don't have a track on the left side of the lane, stronger layouts actually help me quite a bit more, instead of playing around a lot with surface and whatever else. But the left side of the lane is pretty flippy. So there's definitely plenty of hook, there's definitely plenty of shape, and it's more so the shape, not necessarily so much hook. There's actually less hook because we don't have a track. There's a whole lot more shape.
Sorry. What'd I miss? Sorry, had to break the seal, folks.
Yep.
Beer. Duty called with beer. Is that your turn now?
Yep.
Oh, somebody else.
If I can make it out here.
Nope, you're stuck. Why don't you come back this way? All right, so let's see. What questions did we hit here? What's the deal with the OG phase? I can't on it. It says OG phase sitting there.
Oh, no, it's phase tour.
Oh, that's a phase tour. Luke was showing that up there, John, because that is a $500 bowling ball. He's always been hesitant to put holes in it. So he was just showing it off, so we haven't moved it yet. Thanks for mentioning how easy it is to build up a wall on the right side. Ask some questions for me while Luke's gone here. We are kind of doing the general chat of our phase 2 is stronger than the Odyssey, 100%. 100%. I know the Odyssey was my favorite release from Motive when I left. So that was the last ball I got, and I still have it, and it actually stays in my bag still today. I like it a lot. What cover's on the tour? Tour what?
Probably that hole right there.
Is that the phase tour? What cover is it? Do you know?
I can't read from here.
Let me look at the box. I can tell you. Hang on. GI18. GI18 Pearl Reactive.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. How do Tank Blitz work with a Fatal in a bag? Oh, totally different. The Tank Blitz is going to be, in my personal opinion, the Tank Blitz is going to give you more of a Purple Hammer type reaction. Since I've thrown it, it's the closest thing to a Purple Hammer I've thrown. Purple Tank just takes lane shine way too quick, and it gets kind of pukey down lane. A couple weeks ago, I shot 775 with the Axiom Pearl, missed 800 by one strike. Dang. Nice set. How much of a difference have you noticed in ball motions from the different companies since you left Motive? Night and day. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you. I can't even tell you how much difference I've seen. Where I'm seeing the most, because I know people are going to ask, what do I see the most? The biggest difference I see is the Pearl stuff, so the shiny stuff. Motive is great, but in my personal opinion, where Motive lacks in the game for their players is they lack a little bit on the. Sorry, my computer just went to sleep. They lack the Pearl side of things. The Pearls just don't want to do what you really want them to do, and mostly that's because the Storm stuff is so skid flippy. That I like that skid flip when I'm in a Pro Ball. Did you throw the Purple Hammer yet? No, but I have one. I haven't drilled it yet. So, anyways, that's the biggest thing I've noticed. Motive does a really good job on anything with any solid bowling balls. They make some, in my opinion, they make some of the best solid bowling balls in the world. Jackal Ghost, Venom Shocks, for example, they're so good. I have a Ghost in my bag. That ball is good though, for sure. Go to when I loop the lane. Yeah, the Venom Shot or the Jackal Ghost is so good. I keep one pin up and one pin down. Is the Black Widow Ghost better than the Black Widow Pink? I never threw the pink, but I will say the Black Widow Ghost is really good.
But the pink is pink, so.
And exactly, and you know how Luke likes pink.
There's that.
Sorry, I was answering questions real quick, trying to help you all out there while we're going. Of course, they got to fire Motive questions at me.
Yep.
What exactly do you mean by puking down lane? Heard this expression before, I'm not sure what it means. I'll let Luke answer that since he's back. When you see a ball puke down lane.
Puking is kind of where it looks like it's rolling and revving and it's getting ready to hook, and then it just kind of gives up.
Basically what a Purple Tank does when it sees lane shine. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, that's the one thing about the Purple Hammers that make the Purple Hammers so good is they hold surface for so long. I literally could go up and take a Purple Tank and put box surface on it, and it would literally lane shine before the first game's done. It's so bad. That was the only thing. If it kept its surface on it, it was pretty good. That's the difference I noticed between the Motive Purple Tank and the Purple Hammer. It shapes well. Trevor likes his.
Yeah.
Trevor likes his Purple Tank a lot, but I just, for me, with my rev rate, once it lane shined, it's done. I can't throw it. So, puke equals my late Friday nights.
Yeah.
Love the Desert Tank. Yes, the Desert Tank's pretty good. The last time I threw that was at Swiss, and I actually had a good look with it for a couple games. One difference between the Ghost and the Pink is, yeah. I was telling them, they were asking the difference shape-wise I've seen. So notice a big thing I've noticed is Brunswick brands roll sooner. They see the lanes a lot better than a lot of other companies. It sees the mid lanes better. That's the word I'm looking for. It sees the mid lanes a little better.
Yeah.
Your Storm side of things are always going to be that skid flippy. Rotogrip, I haven't thrown a ton of Rotogrip stuff since pre-Motive days, but the Rotogrip stuff is going to be more earlier and smoother. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. And then I have not thrown anything on the global side other than an afterburner. I lied earlier. I said my first global ball, I did have an afterburner that I won from Sean Rash.
Yeah.
In a contest. So I don't know a ton. I'm really excited to throw a Zen, even though he wants to punch me for that. But I heard recently you said Zen ball good. So.
Yeah, I've kind of figured out how to throw it, so there's that. No, we cannot talk Phase 4 yet. Friday.
Yeah, so next Wednesday, we'll talk about the Phase 4. How about that? I still have the original purple hammer about 3 years ago. Hardly had to have service to it except when I'm on sport because the cover gets soft. Cover got softer. We'll keep that cover soft, please, Kendall. If the cover got softer, that's good. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Until it's illegal.
Until it's illegal, yeah, because
Make him throw the Zen Master. That's a terrible idea.
unlike you, the motive pearls doesn't match me. Yeah, Richard, the motive pearls are just not good. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be like that. Luke's reaction talking about the P4. So the what was I going to ask you? Oh, I totally just lost. I totally just lost. Motive pearls are long but slow, but I might get along with them. The closest thing that you'll ever see on a motive pearl to a storm ball was the ripcord velocity. The ripcord velocity is pretty much phase 3-ish. So I guess you could say the phase 3 also would be there. The Iron Forge has that same cover, but the Iron Forge has such a chuggy core. It's just bleh. Unless you have just a million rev rate, it's just I don't know. Zen Master matchup Pearl. I think maybe we should now get Luke to start liking the Zen Master now that he likes Zen Ball good. Will it ever be a replacement for the Idol Pro? I had to put pin down on my Nemesis to get it to work for me. I actually, Richard, that's the one that Angel always got mad at me about and told me I need to throw was the Trident Nemesis. She just liked it because it's got teal. It is pretty. It's one of the prettier balls.
Yep.
Epic
The Crux Pearl was root beer scented, and we do also have a spin, and it smells just like the Phase 4, but it does not smell like Ben Gay. So,
so that's wasn't the Crux Pearl root beer float? Ooh, that'd smell good. Winter pearls are really
Yeah, it
good with
smelled
low ball
amazing.
speed and just circling it slow. I don't have a ton of ball speed, and the pearls still look terrible for me. Maybe I'm just terrible.
will we ever have a? Where was that?
Just curious, Luke, did you try to polish the
Oh.
Zen Master, or did you give up on it?
No, we did everything. I had surface on it. I had polish on it. I drilled 2 of them with different layouts. I did everything, and that ball rolls at 25 feet and gives up.
Really?
So it just, woof.
Jeremy, Luke will not talk about the P4 until Friday.
Yep, I'll have plenty of videos coming out. I'm writing a Phase 4 versus Spectre video, and actually I have several different comparisons in the review.
Save this question for next Wednesday and join us at the same time next Wednesday because he will answer that question then. How about that?
Yes, we can talk about and actually I'm probably going to do a live stream Saturday morning if I can get my idea to work. Then I have a pretty cool idea for Saturday morning if I can actually pull it off.
Oh, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas?
No, I have a different idea,
Oh,
but we will see.
okay. I'll ask what that is after the show.
So,
Don't sleep on a Spectre if you're waiting. Ball is so freaking good.
Yeah, the ball
That's
is-
what I've heard.
and probably shouldn't say it, but I will. I like the Spectre better than the Phase 4.
Ooh.
I like the Phase 3 better than the Phase 4.
You just
I
like both of those
virtually
really good,
everything better than the Phase 4.
though. I so wish Storm would re-release the Paradigm. Yes.
Yeah, the Paradigm.
Paradigm was nutty.
Prodigy. That was the other one. That,
I had a Prodigy. They were both good. Yes. Okay, it's time for more beer.
Mhm.
Luke, I didn't mean to ask you. Would you prefer the Prime or a Mega Crux?
I'm equal because I liked both of them, but they just don't. They
Okay,
just
my
don't
favorite.
show up often enough. I don't get to use them enough. I thought the Zen Master would control shape well. It controls shape so well that it rolls too early in pews.
Can't tell how much we got left. Perfect.
Will we
kinda-
see a Zen hybrid? Yeah, there's no way that they don't make a Zen hybrid.
I love Motive early, transition time phases, DJ Super, yeah. Paradigm, the original X Factor. Oh, yeah, John. Paradigm and the original X Factor, yes, sir. Absolutely. I think Luke and I are both on the same page. It's one of our favorite balls of all time, the X Factor. He's also got one of my top 5 favorite bowling balls of all time sitting next to me, and I look at it every
Yeah.
week we do the show. I've talked about this before. The depth charge. The depth charge was so good. Look, what is more difficult? Not talking about new releases or trying to figure out what if any ball drill from the stash.
Oh man, both. I mean, yeah.
Zen
Oh.
gripping.
probably figuring out what to drill from the stash because I've got so much stuff, especially when you got a. I could sell this ball for $450 shipped, and I could get rid of it in 15 minutes for that price.
Oh, 100%.
It would be gone in 15 minutes if I put it up for that.
Quiet guy, Luke
So-
will not talk about the Zen Soul.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about that because I don't know anything about it.
Zen Urethane, you want something earlier than the Zen Master? I'm not even sure Zen Urethane would be earlier than the Zen Master.
All right, Larry Hudson here. Hey, I need help. I'm a stroker style, about 15 mile an hour. I like to stand around 20 with my feet, set down around 14, cross 10 at the arrows, and out to 10, or out to the 8 board.
Then what you need to do is take a video of yourself. And
Yeah, Larry, how about that? That's a great idea. How about you send, it's really hard for us to just tell you right there like that. Have somebody take a video of you and send it to the breakdownpair at gmail.com. That is, it's BREAKDOWNPAIR at gmail.com. And we can certainly get back to you with some coaching on that. How about
Yeah,
that?
if you can send us a video, that'd help us out quite a bit. So
There it
we
is
can
in the
actually
description.
watch you.
In the chat.
So
Yellow Sunstorm. I
Definitely
never
do
threw
that.
one. Out to the 8 board for my breakpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yellow Sunstorm.
it's really hard
Going
to
way back.
It's really hard to just tell you exactly what to do without seeing it. I'm thinking of getting some pearls from Storm Products because I don't fit the Motive lineup. Well, you're picking the right company to throw pearls.
okay, back to topic because we want to shut it down.
I think we're just hitting the chat now.
Well, yeah, we
we hit our
spent
topic.
a lot of time on the topic.
Okay, so you're done with it.
Yeah.
The topic, yeah, we're just in chat now.
Okay.
I'm thinking of getting
You
some.
didn't get sidetracked and you gotta get
No,
Our new shows,
no,
we are now
everything
going to start
we're talking
going about an
about
hour
is-
and a half now instead of 2 hours.
Yep.
We can hit on a few more minutes of questions in here. But any tips on how to tell if you're hanging up in your thumb and getting a late exit? Honestly, you'll feel it if you're hanging in your thumb.
Yeah, and video too. If you're letting the ball go, and once you have your swing coming down, and if you're letting the ball go when your arm is on the upswing, then you're letting it go too late. You should be able to just kind of, once you get to the bottom of the swing, you should just kind of let it go right down into the lane.
Yeah.
If you're hanging onto it extra long, or if your arm is on the upswing when you're letting go of the ball, then you're hanging onto it too long.
Should bowling be included in sports betting? Daniel, it is. If you live in the area for Fox Sports Bet, you can bet on bowling.
Larry, probably if you're bowling on 50 feet of oil, you're probably going to need something pretty strong.
Something with a
It
solid
depends
cover
on-
too.
Yeah, it depends on the oil volume, but you're probably going to be looking at like a Reality or Proton Physics or something like that.
Haas, have you seen the blue tank? Yes, I've seen the blue tank. How's the UC3 selling?
Very, very well.
It doesn't surprise me. He wouldn't drop any info about the blue tank. No, Brian, guys, I will not drop any info on the blue tank. I'm not going to be that guy.
Enzo.
What's your opinion on the Enzo, Haas? I love the Enzo. That's another one to me that's like a comparable for me, was close to the High Road. Was also one of my more favorite releases with the Motive side of things. The Enzo is really, really good. My wife throws one. She's more of a higher speed, lower rev rate player, and it even looks good for her. So Enzo's really, really good. I tried. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm not gonna spill the beans on their info. I even know about the next ball coming, and it's not the blue tank. How about that? Heckin' urethane. Yeah, heckin' urethane's right. Let's see. Did we miss anything? Fire some questions in here before we get off of here. Wow, not using the Magnum. Gosh. Oh, gosh. One of my friends had an 800 with the Enzo. Fantastic. It is a really good ball. Yes, it is the Mystic Jackal. It was PBA approved. It's been being shared, but I know more details than that. I won't say it. Ooh, what is this?
Marvel Max Impact.
How big is the stash? Luke's is really big. Mine, now that I'm no longer with Motive, it's not as big. Marvel Impact, that's pretty. Do you still sell those heckin' urethane shirts?
Evan does at bowlinglabs.com.
Bowlinglabs.com. So you can head over to bowlinglabs.com, and they're still being sold on that site.
So since
We're with Coolwick, so
yeah, we're with Coolwick now, so I technically can't do my own thing, but I let Evan have the rights to the heckin' urethane stuff, since he was the one that kind of designed them and took care of everything. So They're still available at bowlinglabs.com.
Yep, bowlinglabs.com. You can head over there. The Panda Pack Patch is still on there as well.
Hmm?
He was going to give them to us. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
or not.
Okay. Yeah, but you can still get the shirts at bowlinglabs.com. I think it's under your name still.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still the Luke Rosedahl collection or whatever.
Oh, I thought he moved it over.
I have no idea.
All I know is you and I still need to collab and do a breakdown pair jersey. I think
We
we
decided to hide from the camera now.
Yep.
recently purchased a high road and I'm liking it a lot so far. Nice compliment to my VIP affliction. VIP affliction is really good. So now we have Jonathan and a talking storm box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
because
is
you can-
more interesting than my
Because you
face.
can fold the flaps down.
Do you know any old school bowlers who will stick to using one ball for an entire league season, relying solely on feet and target adjustments and score? Just like a lost art. No, I do not.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
It does sound like a terrible idea. Can Luke put the link to the website to the custom ball cup he has there in the chat, please?
yeah,
I have it in phone on my phone.
So yeah, the 303. So this thing here, the 303 Creations, their website is inactive.
I do not have it on my phone
Can
anymore.
they hear me?
Should be able to.
Let me see. So the 303 Creations website is inactive. So what you want to do is you want to find them on Facebook.
Yes, find them on Facebook. 303 Creations. They are amazing. I have one that's similar to that. It's just mine says Turbo on it. You can not stand when I see everything on house rack or house condition. Yeah. These ball cups here, we'll show you again in person. Wooden ball cups. This is featuring Norseman Brewing on it. Not sure if everybody can see it. Can you see it, Angel?
Oh, I'm not. I'm searching the site.
Okay, but there it is. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. It makes some really good stuff. You know any old school bowlers who stick to using one ball for an entire league season? No, I already read that. Probably better luck throwing a little marshmallow than the quantum bias. Can Luke put the link? Okay, making sure I didn't miss anything here. What is this we're throwing? Is this the hybrid pink?
Yeah.
Does the scent
No,
on
it's
storm
the
balls go
IQ
away after
pink.
time? They last a long time. They last a really long time. But yes, they finally do go away after some point. There it is. Whoever was asking earlier, I don't remember. Was that Matt? It's in the there it is in the link there. 303 Creations on Facebook. They make some really, really, really cool ball cups. John, have you rolled anything in the track line? I have actually never thrown a track ball, believe it or
I
not.
wanted the back when track was making some really cool stuff.
Oh,
back
yeah.
when the Freak was out.
Uh-huh.
The Freak and the Freak Show or the Freak Pearl or something like that. Freak Out.
Yeah.
And then the God, that purple one.
Strata Hybrid. The Stratas look good. Keep thinking about it. I kind of want to drill a Platinum. The track Heat was really great. They remade the Heat. So they remade the track Heat, I believe, didn't they? Isn't that the purple one now?
Mhm.
Yeah, they remade it. But I kind of want to drill a Platinum, but I'm not gonna just drill right now just to drill. My wife would absolutely kill me. I've already kind of gotten there. Like I found a power tour, or not power tour. I found an original knockout blank the other day for $100, and I couldn't pass it
not
up.
the critical mass. I'm thinking of the track. It was purple. It was around the time of the Freak.
Track. Oh, yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah, 'cause,
Can't use my
I
big-
remember the one show that Paul Kaler made. He was throwing it.
Enforcer?
No, it was one of those edgy
Triton.
names.
Triton.
Nope.
Well, they got back into using numbers again for a while. Phenom?
Phenom. Yes, the track Phenom. I really wanted one of those.
Strata Hybrid is worth a try. I actually need to add a hybrid into my bag. That's one last piece of the puzzle. And I'm sorry, you can suggest balls to me all day. It's definitely going to be a high road, and I'm only going to drill my 9th one. The high road is just so good. I don't care if it's the newer ones or the older ones. The high road is just so good. So, Jonathan, you're confirming that you're not James at drilling. Yes. Confirmed. I would like to be, but my wife just will not allow that. She would kill me. She would not be a happy camper. She's already been mad that I've already drilled however many. But it's definitely something I had to do. If I'm, you can't just leave the company and just say, okay, well, I'm still gonna throw all automotive stuff.
Yeah.
So gotta make choices. The Nova is a hybrid. Yeah, but I don't need a big hybrid. I need something like a original high road, something like that in the middle of the bag would be perfect. That ball's made me a lot of money. So, Luke, what's a hybrid you like now?
The UFO alert.
Boom. Because that's a bigger hybrid too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I need
And
it.
the Nova, haven't thrown that a whole lot, but that's going to league Thursday night and Friday night.
There you go. Well, do we keep going or
All
we?
right. No, I think we're winding down here. So
Wind down. I'm gonna go put holes in a Zen if he's okay
yeah,
with it.
We're gonna go drill some stuff here, and I need a snack.
I think I need to find out if Zen Bowl good. So we'll find out. Once again, we're creating a Facebook page that should hopefully be up, hopefully this week still. It's not so much a page; it's a group, kind of similar to what those that follow or formerly known as Motive Lou Annapolis. We'll do something similar to that, where you guys can get in there and chat with us, reach out to us. We have an Instagram page, the breakdownpair on Instagram. Coolwick promo codes Rosedale10, Haas10, and we are once again every week we are now doing the cool pick of the week on Wednesdays.
Yep.
We were going to pick out a design each Wednesday and share it with you. As one of the designs that we like. So if you're not following us on Facebook, give us a follow. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yep. Are you still throwing your idle synergy? No, I've let that one go. My original one, I ran it into the ground. I threw it all the time, but I do have 2 backups, or I actually have 3 backups. So I want to drill another one, but I've got so much stuff right now that I just can't justify it. Can you build an arsenal with fully hybrids? Yes.
So we just had a question. Totally up to you.
No, I won't drill a camo with a pin down layout because
Somebody just asked if you can film my Zen being drilled for Discord.
I'd be okay with that.
I think we only have it on the paid side,
Yeah, that's fine.
so it depends on who's asking.
Well, yeah,
Kindle.
he's in the paid side.
Yeah. If Luke's good with it, Kindle. Yeah, I mean we're fine with that.
Yep.
Come hang out with us for a little longer.
Actually, yeah, I'd be okay with that. Put it in the voice or the
Yeah,
So
we can do that.
if you're in my members side of Discord, we're gonna go drill a Zen for John.
For this guy right here.
Yeah. So
Thanks for hanging out with us.
yeah, first time being able. Yeah, Jess. Glad you moved it off Sunday mornings. It was hard to make it then with church. Yeah, and Sunday mornings, especially with us having a few drinks here. Now that I'm in town full time now, I've got a new job. I really love it. I really love the new job, so
Good. I'm glad you like it.
I can do it on Wednesday nights now.
Doing it on Wednesday
Drill a
nights.
phase for Luke. That is not happening.
We did, by the way. Shout out to everybody that watched tonight. We hit our peak amount of views from Sundays to tonight, and I think we'll only grow. So
Yeah.
it was awesome. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. Tell everybody to come watch us on Wednesday nights, please. Come hang out with us because
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah, and
shades.
drilling a camo with a pin down layout, it's already got an 030 differential, so drilling it pin down is going to lower that. And at an 030
Another good question.
differential, it's already not going to flare a whole lot.
we'll
so,
get to you, Matt.
It depends on what the purpose is.
Yeah, drilling it pin down's going to kind of turn it into a urethane bowl because the flare lines are going to be so
Which
close
bowl?
together, the Hustle camo.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So it'd be like going pin down on an IQ.
Bull's already weak as it is.
Yeah,
so-
it's already
But
weak.
if
And
that's what they're using it is in place of urethane.
Matt, we'll get that. Hang on.
all right, Matt, so if you go to Patreon, I am on Patreon. You would have to join Discord and join Patreon. Patreon's $5 a month, and
If you're in Discord, go to the welcome screen.
yeah. So if you're in Discord, so you have to Discord, and my channel name is Storm Nation. And for the Patreon side of things, it's $5 a month, but they only charge from the 1st through the 5th of the month. So if you want to sign up for that and just watch my stream tonight, we'll give it like 10 or 15 minutes here. But you can join and get a free preview basically, because your card won't be charged until the 1st through the 5th of the month. So if you want to sign up for Patreon, link it with your Discord account, then you can get access to our paid side of the Discord. And if it's your thing, cool. If not, you can get a free preview for the next 10, 12 days or something like that. So,
And links right there in the description, or in the chat, I mean.
yep. Angel put the link in there, and if
You go to the welcome rules page.
Yep.
yeah, and it'll have a link to my Patreon page where you can sign up, and once again, you can get a free preview for the next 12 days.
So just like
before
Luke
they start
described, if
charging
you're interested in come watching and put holes in his in for me, there you go. Come over and hang out with us a little longer off this. Appreciate everybody. Thanks again. It was awesome to hit our peak number. We want to go from there, bigger from there. So,
Yes.
and it will get bigger because
Okay.
we're just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we have pink IQs
And pink IQs.
with
That awesome. Yeah, no problem. Man. Freaking laser beams.
laser beams. No, if you get this like really close, you can see all the blue and purple mica in there. So it's pink, but it's also got blue, purplish, silver in it. So
Have fun plugging that when you screw it up.
We're getting ready to put holes in a bowling ball for me that I've never been more excited to put holes in. So.
Okay, I'm gonna shut it off. Tell people
yep.
bye.
Thanks everybody. We will see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, 6:30.
Yep. Same bat time.